Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
Episode 238 of Weather Weekly. Good to be with you, meteorologist Marcus Bailey, rolling through the month of August. And just like that, we are already in the middle of the month. Kids are back in school, and fall sports are almost upon us. The football season before you know it, cross country, girls golf, at least here in central Indiana, tennis, all that fun stuff. It is time, hopefully, maybe to start feeling a little bit more like fall. Not in this forecast. We are still in the heart of summer. We had some big time heat over the weekend. Saturday up to 90 degrees. Now it's up to 22 times we've gone 90 or above. That matches last year's total of 90 degree days plus. It also is 2 over the average. And so we are now running above normal. And it looks like we might tack on a few more days here to come with this pattern. By the way, the record 58, which I would hope that we will stay clear of. And that was back in 1983, 58 days of 90 degrees or hotter. All right. We're going to dive into it here. We could use some rain. We've been not only hot, but we've been running pretty dry. See if we can get some rain chances sliding back in here for you gardeners and farmers and lawn enthusiasts. We'll time that out in the week ahead for August 11th, 2025. That's next here on Weather Weekly. It is the week ahead for August 11th, 2025. Let's go ahead and jump in. We'll begin with the 11th. That is Monday. As the hot pattern continues, had a weekend full of 90s and overnight lows into the 70s. I don't really see much changing early on in the week here. We'll start off with very muggy conditions in the morning hours for Monday. Afternoon will be pretty bright, maybe a few clouds popping up. Muggy as well. Not a real significant rain threat. There may be a stray shower storm possible in the afternoon. There is a little bit of instability in the atmosphere. There's not a lot. So I would say consider yourself lucky if you get under a good downpour, because I think they're going to be few and far between. We'll have highs in the low 90s. Dew point temperatures will be into the upper 60s. I think feels like temperatures will be in the mid and upper 90s. It's going to be very standard of what we had over this weekend. Overnight, again, clear. Any little storm that develops is gone once we lose the heating of the day, and will be muggy and quiet, lows into the low 70s. Tuesday, we will be continued very warm, very humid. There is going to be an upper level trough that's going to start digging it's coming from the northern plains. If you pay attention to national weather, they've had several rounds of severe weather in the Dakotas. It's been stretching down a little bit farther south than that over the weekend. So that trough, think of it like as a U, the letter U. All right. If you're looking in the upper patterns, that is going to start sliding to the Great Lakes, northern Great Lakes. What that will do for us, a couple things. One, it will flatten out this hot dome that I often talk about, right? This big ridge that's been keeping us very hot. Now, it's not going to be a significant drop, but we'll notice it after Tuesday a little bit, maybe a couple of degrees cooler. That's one thing it does. The other thing it does is it starts to ramp up our pattern a little bit, makes it a little bit more active, starts to bring in better chances for showers and thunderstorms, as a frontal boundary is going to be associated with that trough. So we'll go with some scattered showers and thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, could have some localized flooding just because you're going to have a lot of moisture, and there's not going to be a lot of movement, fast movement, I should say, with these storms that would develop. They're going to kind of just float over neighborhoods. And so that could dump a lot of water over a short amount of time. That's where you get into flooding issues. I know we've been dry for a little bit now, but even still, you can only take on so much water, right? Even when you're super dry. If it's coming down at a good clip in a short amount of time. I've got highs in the low 90s again for Tuesday, but again, slightly better rain chances coming our way for the afternoon hours. Tuesday night, chance of showers and storms, probably pretty early. I think, again, these are going to be driven by daytime heating. There could be some stragglers because, look, we're still going to be pretty unstable overnight, very muggy. You're still going to have that front kind of going through. So I think there'll be some chances, but I don't know if it'll be quite as numerous as what we may expect for Tuesday afternoon. Overnight lows will be in the low 70s. Wednesday, frontal boundary is moving through. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Very similar to Tuesday. Because of the chances for thunderstorms, I do think we may be a few degrees cooler with that trough kind of coming through and flattening out the heat dome, the area of high pressure. Highs will be in the upper 80s, mid to upper 80s. A lot of cloud cover, too, is going to help that. So scattered showers and storms, same thing applies. I'm not really anticipating much in the way of severe weather, but some heavy downpours. You're not going to get a lot of fast motion with any of the storms that are going on for Wednesday. And that will continue into Wednesday evening, then likely diminishing Wednesday overnight with lows into the upper 60s. Thursday, it'll be warm and humid. We have another upper level trough. That trough is going to be moving in north and east. I think that we may get to a point where we're going to start boosting the temperatures again. So, that trough will squeeze down that area of high pressure, that heat dome. Well, now that if it moves to New England, you're going to see that heat dome expand back. I don't know if we'll feel the effects of that on Thursday. There might be some isolated showers and thunderstorms, but I think overall we're dry now. Mid-80s, we're still going to be very muggy. And the best chances for thunderstorms would be during the afternoon. Friday's when we'll start to feel the effects of the trough moving east. Hot, humid, ridges expanding. Pop-up thunderstorm possible with kind of the heating of the afternoon. I've got highs back to the low 90s, dew points in the low 70s. Our heat indices are going to be close to 100 for Friday. That looks like it's probably going to continue into the weekend, at least the start of the weekend. We're hot, we're humid, not much of a rain threat, just very isolated in the afternoon, highs in the low 90s. Dew points again in the low 70s, feels like temperatures close to 100. So yeah, if you're hoping for a reprieve from the extreme heat, not through the weekend at least. There are some signs that the ridge starts to break down a little bit Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. But looking at the ensembles, the temperature anomalies through the next couple of weeks, even the next 3 weeks, are warm. And that means that we're going to be really stuck in this pattern for a little while, at least through the end of this month and potentially into the start of September. All right. Not maybe some of the news that some of you want to hear. I know some people rejoice. They don't want to hang on, or they don't want to lose summer. They remember the winter here and how cold it got. So you summer lovers, this is for you. I don't want to be completely negative, right? I like being outside. I like golfing. I'm trying to get out in the yard doing some work. It's rough. It's hard to do when you're out there for an extended period of time. So I get it. But for some of you that, enjoy the high heat and pool and all that other stuff, this is enjoyable for you here. So it looks like we're not going to get much of a pattern change here for the next few weeks. All right, that'll do it for this week's forecast. We'll do some extended stuff and look at some monthly stats as we're already almost through halfway through the month of August. That's coming up next on Weather Weekly. Here's some stats for the month of August. It's been dry. Rain has been tough to come by over the last 10 to 11 days. For the month, we're not even to a quarter of an inch, 0.23 officially. We're down almost 3/4 of an inch. Last year, we weren't much better. We were at 0.67. And I mentioned in the last podcast last week, August is typically the driest of the warm season months that we do have. And when we start getting into drought problems, it's usually because we are already running dry well before coming into the month of August, which doesn't really give us much rain. And then that's where we get into problems. Thankfully, we've done all right for the summer. We've done all right for the year. We're since June 1st, so meteorological summer, 8.75. We are down about 1.5 inches. That's not terrible. Last year, we were about 9.29. So we were in good shape last year. I believe, if I remember correctly, last year, though, we had a phase might have been June or July, where we ended up getting a flash drought, where we had about 2.5 weeks of just no rain at all. And that's where we ended up running into problems. Last year, even though we did better precip-wise, it started kind of coming back late in the game. For the year, 26.66, we're down about 2 inches. It's not bad. 31.33 was where we were at last year. Climate Prediction Center, 8 to 14-day outlook. Again, really just kind of emphasizing or re-emphasizing what I said before the break. This takes us through the dates of August 17th through the 23rd. Much of the United States above average temperatures. The core of the heat actually centered out toward the western central plains and the eastern Rockies. But it stretches all the way into the Midwest, above average temperatures. No surprise there. That almost takes us to the end of the month. Something that might be a little bit of a concern is in that same time frame, there are some signals that we are going to be below average in terms of precip. Because of this hot stretch, a lot of our rain chances won't be produced by, bigger systems, area of low pressure, cold front, troughs, those kind of things. These are just basically going to be driven by the heating of the day, these pulsy storms. And you might as well just be playing the lottery at that point, right? Because who knows where they're going to form and how long they're going to be over your neighborhood, all that kind of stuff. And the vast majority of people end up being dry. The 3 to 4 week outlook, again, says the same thing. This would take us through the first week of September. Above average temperatures, below average precipitation. So not ideal. All right. So hang in there. Lots of waterings for your gardens. Farmers, hang in there. I know crops have been looking pretty good from what I could tell just driving around in the rural areas over the last couple of weeks. But we could use some rain. Hopefully we get at least, coming up this week with that trough on Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe some good showers across our area. That would help. That'll do it for this week's podcast. Always appreciate your feedback. You can shoot me an email anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also reach me on social media. I'm on all the major platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. Search for Marcus Bailey, or on a couple of them, I think it's Marcus Bailey Weather, specifically Facebook. There. You can also get my forecasts Monday through Friday on TV locally in Indiana, Wish TV Channel 8, and worldwide at wishtv.com. Just click the live stream button. I'm on from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, doing weather and traffic. Hope to see you there. And while you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all parts of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.